Court was going to buy him a comedy club and call it Stuttering John's Comedy Club. And he was very excited about this. Adam, you saw the comedy club saga. Do you think this was going to happen?
This is like a childhood fantasy. It's like he died and he's going to heaven, and heaven is his own comedy club with his name on it, and he bears none of the financial responsibility. All he has to do is show up and host, introduce a couple comics, no pressure for material. All his friends are going to be there, all his family, all his dead relatives and pets. It was a wet dream. It was crazy.
You're right. It's like the end of Jedi. Like, he'll just look over and all of his dead relatives will be on a log.
Yeah. And he told me something very specific. He says he has a friend in the banking industry that knows that a loan was applied for watercraft and rejected, and then someone's mom was added to the loan application in order to purchase the craft, and they have a monthly payment on it.
Well, that's not me.
So you don't have
the lip smack.
Tell number one. Yeah, tell number one. There we go.
A monthly payment on your boat?
No.
Here comes the jowls.
Right.
Wait, did he just ask, do you have a monthly payment on your boat? And John said no. Would he pay cash
Correct
for it? What's he talking about?
Wait, right. He says no, but then watch. He'll go into the. He'll do.
Remember, it's only an $8,000 boat at max.
That whole thing because I don't even know. Watch.
Why would he say no to, do you have a monthly payment on your boat?
Because he thinks we are all as dumb as he is, or as drunk as he is, or whatever the fuck his issue is. He thinks we're on the same level.
So you don't have a monthly payment on your boat?
No. And I don't and a loan was no. I don't know where he's getting that information from.
You're giving off indicators of deception. I'll get the exact quote.
That's a classic. You sure do look like you're lying a lot right now, John.
The tongue's out,
Yep. All the tells right here. I've told you before, Julie.
Yeah.
I could play poker with this guy.
Oh.
Whoever he can borrow the money from, I would take it.
Yeah, except that we like his buddy, Mike.
Yeah, right. I don't want to take Mike's money.
Poor Mike was in such a hole because of this idiot.
Because I didn't care whether you did or you didn't, but to them, it's a big deal.
Well, but see, this is why I'm giving these indicators. Because Cardiff put out a tweet that they did a credit check on me.
Uh-huh.
And I called Experian, because if they are looking at my credit, then, you can't be doing that.
There's a lawsuit coming down the pike.
This is nuts. And I wanted to talk about this anyway. It's on my list. And we'll get to it. But Cardiff just put out a post. He didn't say it was John or anything like that.
Didn't.
He just showed a 440 credit score and said, because I'm in the banking business, I can look this up on people. And John called Experian over that.
First, he bragged that he's a member of Experian, which a
They
lot
take
of
care
people
of me, I'm
are.
a member.
Yeah, a lot of people are for $10 a month, but whatever.
I have a Discover card, so I'm a pretty big deal.
Yeah, but also, instead of just going, this guy's a fucking idiot, that's not my credit score, by saying you're getting the authorities involved, you're basically saying, I have a 440 credit score.
He called Experian and went, hey, how come my credit score is higher than it used to be? My name's not on any of my bills. I don't get it.
What'd I do?
How did I pull that off?
Well, Adam, I'm curious what you think on this theory that he's so out of it that he doesn't even bother to check his actual credit score. He just assumes by seeing that score, that's his score.
I think that's exactly what happened. I think the idea of either joining Experian or either finding out his password or resetting his password and logging, like none of that is going to happen. He's not going to do that. He's not going to check. He knows it's low. He knows he's not going to fix it anytime soon. He's given up on having credit cards or a credit score. So he assumes that's real and this is like a breach of information.
He's had 25 years to fix it. He didn't do anything. This guy is unbelievable.
And he now has a case.
Let's talk about that because John admitted to not owning a credit card back when he went to Atlantic City for the
Yeah, Vince had to buy him a plane ticket, remember?
He couldn't buy a plane ticket. So, do you remember when he had to bring his MacBook in because he kicked it off the bed and smashed the screen?
Yeah.
And he didn't have the $750
Yeah.
in order to pay for it. Didn't he claim he had a credit card at that point? It was almost like he was bragging. He's like, so I put it on the plastic. Like, okay. That's what every person does. I don't know what.
Debit cards are also made of plastic.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. He probably has a debit card for his checking account with all that sweet, sweet YouTube money coming in.
Or mom's controlling the car.
Vince, what say you? Someone has come forward saying, I don't know why I wrote this. Someone has come forward saying crayon hints about John not being able to get a $286 month loan in his name and how to get his mom to take out the loan for the boat.
What is crayon?
I think
So, you saw
Where does Crayon live?
you saw where John went bullshit. It
Yeah.
was over the dollar amount.
Yes.
He's like, okay, no, it's actually $253. You know what I mean?
Well, it's funny you bring that up because the payment question gets asked again. Check it out.
Yeah. But watch how John. That's where he calls bullshit.
Right.
He's watching it. He's going, how does he know this? How does he know this? And he's like, no, it's not 286.
about John not being able to get a $286 month loan in his name and how to get his mom to take out the loan for the boat.
What is crayon?
I think it must be a typo. It said, come forward saying crayon hints. That must be some form of a typo. But
No, so he's reading it wrong right there. What Rocco wrote was that's the name of the boat. Crayon hints.
Crayon.
how much is your monthly payment?
Oh, no wonder he's.
I don't, Vince. I'm not talking about anything about any of my finances with you, but I
So
am
now-
going to tell you that if this guy,
He said, if you count it this time, he goes, how much are your monthly payments? He goes, I'm not talking about
Yes.
that with you.
Right.
It's not,
First
I
he goes,
don't
there's not
have.
monthly payments. Yeah, so
Right.
now it's, okay.
Right.
Good catch.
is looking at my private information, that's a red flag for me. Would you want anyone looking at your private information?
This is the guy with a PI.
Yeah.
Who's constantly looking at people's private information.
His biggest flex.
Yeah, right. And holding it over people all the time. Mumbling Nick. He's got photos of his pet Shan with 10 pounds. As much as Vince sucks, he does make the puppet dance. Love
Out, and they tried to fuck Eric out of money in the will. And Vince ran to help him with that and helped him with that. Was a big help with that. Like, he legitimately cares about Eric.
You don't think
believe
that would happen if, God forbid, Osa passes away? You don't think that Vince would help John in a similar situation?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
Because the move John filing the ethics thing, I think really pissed Vince off, rightfully so, And so I think he's just saving that for a rainy day like the psycho that he is.
But Vince, I had no choice. I mean, you realize like you had a big paw in that happening.
For everyone, he does that for everyone. He did it for Kate. He's doing it for Vince. If I can just mention the boat thing real fast, it's freaking me out the way he got a boat.
Yep.
He got online. He bragged about it.
Yeah.
Then he did it again, and he went, KB, I bet you're seething at home, fuming with your miserable life, so jealous while I'm on the high seas. So KB takes to the air, and he had some things to say about it. And John's response is, what did I do to you? Out of nowhere,
Don't you have things to
KB
talk about?
is attacking me. What did I do? All I did was buy a boat. Okay.
This coaster that we got to dabble down to perfectly sums up John's posture. Well, KB is saying horrible things about me. What did
I thought he
do?
lived and died over who drew first blood.
Right,
You
right.
drew.
Oh, should we do a work with Lucy? Where she's
Probably.
attracted to John? That'd be fun.
It'd be
You would
really
definitely-
easy to do.
Yes, he would definitely fall for that.
And
Watch
John
it.
came in hot with that Carl's Frosted Tips thing. He was like Vince, and he did his whole lawyer thing, and he attacked him, and he said, "What say you?" And Vince was like, "That's not me." John said, "Okay, I got bad information."
That was so insane. John always believes the last information he heard.
Yeah,
Right.
and he thinks that guy is not the guy who has a political show the next day where we're supposed to take his advice on things.
Right.
And let me tell you a little something about Vince. Maybe that day it wasn't Vince, but after that day, it's definitely Vince from here on out.
The funny thing about when he was talking to Vince about it is Vince goes, "Oh, no, that's not my sock account. I do have a sock account that's like Carl went to SUNY Brockport or, he had some other Carl something sock account. He's sitting on hundreds of sock accounts. He's like, that one is not me. I can tell you that.
Yeah, that number of how many sock accounts he's got would shock everyone in this Dabbleverse.
Well, Frog, I
Guaranteed.
think, has done the research to see how many of these signed up in, what was it, September of 2021?
Yeah,
Or
dude,
something.
it's the only accounts we block, and there's so many. It's
It
crazy.
never stops. Pat Shan, 5 pounds, says, thanks, Anna, for the explanation. Helps with the debate if he is more lazy or stupid. It is a ping pong match in my head. Oh, we go back and forth on this too.
Yeah. Yeah, it depends on the day.
He's as lazy as he is stupid, though.
I think he's so lazy it made him stupid.
See, but maybe he was so stupid it made him lazy.
He's so lazy, this man.
See, John has a lot of thoughts, and they're all conflicting. He has like all of the thoughts. He sees all the sides, and he thinks that's what makes him smart. No, what makes you smart when you're like testing intelligence of an animal is their ability to learn that doing the same thing isn't working. I'll try something new to get that food. So he's stupid because after all of this morning, Vince was like, I know a beautiful woman named Cape Coral Kelsey who's in love with you. And John lit up like a cartoon from the 1950s smelling a pie.
You're like, John, you don't want to read. And he's like, what? Oh, okay, thank you. And it's crazy. He's just...
He doesn't realize how revealing.
In John's defense, Obama did make saying retard illegal in 2009, so we do have to. It's wild because Aaron, narcissists hate other narcissists, and Trump is the biggest narcissist out there, and guys like John can't. PL, Adam, blink twice if you're having a good time.
What?
Blink twice if you're having a good time. All right,
What?
he's not having a good time, people.